Is on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the New Orleans Saints. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready? 95-56, 95-56.
On first down, Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
At the 27-yard line.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8.
Breeze now. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Ready.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now Brees going to back away. He'll signal for a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Snap comes at 1, and now Brees. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Ready.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Brees. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a first down pickup of 8. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Brees leaves this one with Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Here's Brees. Now Brees lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After all of the turnover woes that they had last week, another turnover on the first drive of the game.
And when you dive into the analytics of football, it's real simple. If you're down in turnover margin, you're not going to win very many football games. The best teams always rank in the upper part of the league in terms of turnover margin.
And last week's number for them was 5 turnovers. And as you saw, another one there.
Crunch time, defense.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Working out of the gun, Winston. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Wait. Check right 47. And we're pretty quiet.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Check right.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Being chased out left. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. That catch. Good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Ready. Black 25.
47. Tighten up. Pull it together.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kiko Alonso coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. 4th down, and the Bucs trot out the former 49er Bradley Pinion to punt it, standing just outside his own goal line. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun now for Breeze. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
29-yard line.
Ready? Blue light.
47's the mic. I got one.
Green, triple C.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And a catch right side by Evans. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 14.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Under 10. 10.
Hey, watch it.
81.
Barber on 1st and 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there's optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Breeze to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Breeze now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Again, it's Breeze. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
53.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Smith catches left side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
The Saints spent a 3rd-round pick on Tre'Quan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Breeze to throw again. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Ready? You ready?
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Now, Breeze again. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Flip it, flip it, flip it.
On second down, it's Logan, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Kamara. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 43-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
11.
Throwing now is Breeze. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 24-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Come to my world.
Throwing on second and long. Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Smith. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Saints.
Ready.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Now Breeze. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Now, Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Let's go. We got this. We got it. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Here we go. Here we go. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Let's go.
From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Check, 47. Let's go. Easy. Hey, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go. Let's go.
To throw, Winston. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Here's Bradley Pena now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Ginn. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Bravo.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Rip right. Rip right.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Murray running right. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one.
Hey, exit.
59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check, check. 59.
Here we go. 2-0-2.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards to pick up there. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, you know, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Shift, kill. We go 21. Hey, Charlie.
Breeze now to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's Winston. Kiko Alonso able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike's 47. Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Shoot! Watch the shoot!
Come on, Sunday! Easy.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
From the 39, Winston. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Logan. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Barber. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. 1st down, they go with Barber again. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Winston gives to Barber. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Barber. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Gay's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give the tackle that time to Jordan Whitehead.
A 3-yard pickup.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
That's it. Big hit. Ready.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Hey, I 7.
45, 45, Mike, 45. Wild Bill.
Hey, kill.
From the 27, Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Go.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Jordan Whitehead there defensively. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Breeze to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But now it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throw left side, complete. It's Murray. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. He's back to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Well, partners, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended, down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal and go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things come into play here, and it turns out they don't get it done.
So for Tampa Bay, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.